Okay, so mums are always doing things for other people. I grew up in an Indian family, and it seemed that no other mum did as much for their family as much as Indian mums did. And it got me thinking whether they were actually happy. I thought I would interview some mums and ask them that question and find out what happiness was for them. I thought I'd start off with my mum, so let's see what happens. You told me that when you're not feeling happy, that you have a special thing that you do. Can you tell me what that special thing is when you're not feeling happy?
I went to the park.
Yeah.
And I walk, and I laughing in the I'm hiding in the bush, and I laughing loudly laughing.
Okay.
Loudly laughing.
Okay.
And laughing is good, stress gone out, and that's it. And I talk with my friends as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the park because there is I've got good friends there. We talk with them, and they love me. I love them.
And you go to yoga?
I go to the yoga, and I teach the yoga as well. I teach the yoga in the park, Ekman.
So today we're going to go to the Gurdwara and we're going to ask your friends from yoga if they're happy. If yoga makes them happy.
Yeah, yoga makes happy. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go to the Gurdwara and we'll talk to your
I teach them breathing exercise. They like if I teach the breathing exercise. Body exercise somebody else teaching before, but when I go there, they say, I say I'll teach you breathing exercise. It's good for you because Kapalbhati, Bhaiya, jo stomach exercise is very good for you.
Yeah.
For health, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it makes you happy?
Yeah, they make me, when I teach
yoga
them,
to them.
Yeah, they happy, girls happy, and I happy. Because I'm teaching them, they are very happy. They said to me, you come every time here, don't you miss?
Okay.
Yeah, so
let's go to the Gurdwara and we'll go and speak to your friends. Okay? We'll go and speak to your friends.
Yeah.
Hi. So I'm at the Nanak Sar Gurdwara in Coventry. I'm from Coventry. And the ladies have been doing yoga upstairs, and they've agreed to come and talk about happiness and what difference yoga has made to their happiness. Okay, so let's wait for the first lady and see what she has to say. जी ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੁਸ਼ ਆ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹਾਂ।
ਅੱਛਾ ਜੀ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਸੀਗੇ?
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕੰਮਾਂ 'ਤੇ ਸੀ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਰ ਵੀ ਸੀ, ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਛ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਐਕਸਰਸਾਈਜ਼ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਖਿਆਲ ਰੱਖਿਆ।
ਅੱਛਾ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ, ਜਿਮ ਵੀ ਵੋਕ ਐਵਰੀ ਡੇ, ਵੈਂਸਡੇ ਸੀ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਆਉਣਾ, ਸਤਸੰਗ 'ਤੇ ਵੀਕਐਂਡ 'ਤੇ ਰੋਲ ਲਾਉਣੀ ਆ।
ਫਿਰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਮਗਰ ਆਉਣੀ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਆ ਜਾਓ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਓ।
ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹਾਂ।
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ?
ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀ, ਪਰ ਜਦ ਕੰਮ ਛੱਡਿਆ 10 ਸਾਲ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਨਾ, ਉਹਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੋਰ ਕੋਈ ਇੱਥੇ ਯੋਗਾ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ।
ਅੱਛਾ।
ਉਦੋਂ ਦੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗਿੱਜੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਤਾਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਜੇ ਕਿਤੇ ਘਰੋਂ ਨਾ ਆਈਏ ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਗੁਆਚ ਗਈ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ, ਰੋਜ਼ ਹੀ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਆਉਣਾ ਹੀ ਹੈ।
ਅੱਛਾ। ਫਿਰ ਯੋਗਾ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਯੋਗਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਹੁਤ। ਇੱਕ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਵੀ ਆ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ,
ਮਿਲਦੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ, ਫਿਰ
ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਜੇ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਵੀ ਪੁੱਛੀਦਾ।
ਨਾਲੇ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਚੋਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ
ਹਾਂ, ਉਹ ਘਰ ਦਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਪ੍ਰਗਟਿਆ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਚਿਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ।
ਦੱਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਪੀ ਆ?
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਅੱਛਾ। ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਪੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਯੋਗਾ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ?
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਹੈਪੀ ਸੀ, ਤਾਂ ਘਰ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਾ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ,
ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਅਸੀਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਬਾਹਰ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਯੋਗਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਇਹ ਥੋੜ੍ਹਾ ਫੀਲ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ।
ਹਾਂ। ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਲਾਈਫ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਹੈਗੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਟਰੈਸ ਬਹੁਤ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਆ, ਜਦੋਂ ਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਤਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਗੱਲ ਘੱਟ ਗਈ?
ਨਹੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਥੋੜੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਇਹਦਾ ਨਾ ਥੋੜੀ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਉਹ ਦਿਮਾਗ 'ਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬਾਰ-ਬਾਰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ
Yeah.
ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਫੀਲ
ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ
ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਤਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ
ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਗੋਲ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਗੋਲ ਥੋੜੀ ਘਟਦੀ ਹੈ ਬਾਹਰ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਿਕਲਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਫਿਰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੈਪੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ ਬਾਹਰ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ
ਮੈਂ ਪਰਿਵਾਰ 'ਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਨਾਈਸ ਨੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਆਉਂਦੀਆਂ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਦੀਆਂ ਯੋਗਾ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਮੈਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਹੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਨਾਈਸ ਜਣੀ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਪੀ ਹਾਂ
ਅੱਛਾ ਜੀ ਚੰਗਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੈਪੀਨੈਸ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਹੈ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋ
ਬਸ ਗੋਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਲਾ
ਗੋਡ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਹੋਰ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੋਰ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦੱਸੋ
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਤੇ ਪਾਠ ਕਰਦੇ ਨੇ ਬਸ
ਪਾਠ ਕਰਦੇ
ਸ਼ੇਰ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰਨੀ ਸਾਡੀ ਸ਼ਾਮ
ਅੱਛਾ ਜੀ
ਪੰਜਾਬ ਵਾਲੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਾਠ ਕਰੀਦਾ
ਤਾਂ ਯੋਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਯੋਗਾ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਥੋੜਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਅੱਛਾ what makes you happy what makes you happy she makes you happy your yoga teacher she makes you happy
She's good.
she's good yeah she's lovely what else makes you happy what else makes you happy exercise makes you happy knitting okay knitting makes you happy
We had a wedding.
you had a wedding
Yeah.
do weddings make you happy there's lots of things that make you happy that's great do you want to
That's
well
good.
done yeah that was great ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋ
ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹਾਂ ਬੱਚੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਮਿਲਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਰਹਿ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਪੀ ਆ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੀਦਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਬਾਬੇ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕੀਦਾ ਬਸ ਇਹ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਮੇਰੀ
ਅੱਛਾ
ਬੱਚੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਘਰ ਖੁਸ਼
ਅੱਛਾ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਾਣੇ ਲੱਗਦੇ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਹਾਂਜੀ ਫਿਰ ਤਾਂ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਅੱਛੀਆਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਕੋਈ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਕੋਈ ਏਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਰਾਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਮਗਰ ਹੀ ਰਵੇ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਪੁੱਛ ਕਰਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਤੂੰ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰ ਖਾਣੇ ਪੀਣੇ ਦਾ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜੇ ਆ ਬੈਠ ਰਹੇ ਆ
ਓਕੇ
ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਉਹਦੇ ਘਰ ਆ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਮੱਥਾ ਵੀ ਟੇਕ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਯੋਗਾ ਵੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਅੱਛੀਆਂ ਆ ਜਿੰਨੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆਉਣੇ ਆ ਬਹੁਤ ਪਿਆਰ ਮਿਲਿਆ
okay so that was the interviews with the ladies who do yoga kind of sorted out a system here where we're more or less
same.
more or less face to face more or less equal and we're both gonna be on film and just discussing a little bit about what you do about the yoga and the impact that it's had. So to start with, can you tell me what your name is?
My name is Bazinda Kosahaja.
Okay. Tell me about the yoga project that you've been doing. Tell me the background, how long
Background is I went to this camp, this Bibi built it was Sikhi camp, and then they do meditation plus yoga.
Yeah.
And so I learned it from there, and it was very helpful for me, for my health. I had sciatica nerve problem, so it was helping me with sciatica problem. And then I've come in here because I did a couple of times, once for a week. And then we come in here, and then the lady goes, I was showing somebody, lady, I said, you should do these exercise. And then the other lady goes, why don't you start doing them with them?
Yes.
So I said, oh, me? I haven't got any experience or haven't got any certificate. And they said, no, it doesn't matter, just do it. So I start doing it, and because I go to the gym as well, so I do yoga, Pilates there as well. So I learn from there and serve it to the
You've done a
Sangha.
lovely job, I have to admit. It was really enjoyable, and it was very social as well. They were having a laugh, and it was very
uplifting, I would say.
yeah. It was kind of like affectionate as well. It wasn't like do this.
Oh no! If somebody's doing nicely, I say, "Oh, give me a hug."
Yeah, I love that.
And then make them feel better. I just praise them because they are most of them are more than 50, over 50, and they do quite well for their age.
They do.
They do really well for their age. So, and then it just gives me happiness doing it with them.
Yeah.
And because I don't work anymore, so I bring my mother-in-law here as well.
Yeah.
You came a bit late, but I do read particles first as well.
Okay.
So I go and do read part in the speaker, so all the Sangat coming in and they listen to it.
Okay.
And do that for much as I have time, go then about 11:15, I come upstairs, get changed, and then do this.
Okay. Do you think that I kind of feel that we've come to a stage, like I mentioned it with the very last lady, that people I've been talking to have been saying this thing a lot about lucky, that, you know, in the past, if I could live my life again kind of thing, you know, I would try to be stronger and not follow what other people are saying, looking or...
I think people are more aware of the Gurbani now. Before, people used to just follow each other,
Yeah,
follow other people, what they say, they'll do it.
yeah.
Now here, I think people read Gurbani and then understand it more,
Yeah,
and then follow that way.
yeah,
And then I think they've got, they can understand more the situation and learn to deal with it better.
okay. So
Maybe.
you think it's through the
Gurbani as well,
that
yes.
they've
For me,
learned?
definitely it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you can
Definitely.
only really speak for yourself
For
at the end
myself,
of
so
the day.
yeah.
Okay, that's really interesting. So, because all the ladies said they've always been happy and they're still happy.
There's a situation in the families comes up and then you're not happy,
Yeah.
but I don't know how people deal with it.
Yeah.
My faith is a Gurbani. That's where I get my faith from.
Yeah.
And reading Gurbani, that makes me happy. Doing exercise, helping Sangat, that makes me happy. And doing the seva in the Gurdwara, that makes me happy. Then after, you want your family to be happy as well, so that will make you definitely happy. Then you're living in a heaven.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. So this is really nice. We're sitting in a pub in Kenilworth and sharing some prosecco.
Cheers.
Cheers. And
With my invisible cousin.
with my invisible cousin, but it doesn't matter. I've put the video on because Navneet is just going to talk about her experience of what helps when she's feeling down, and I think it would be really interesting to listen to it. So you won't get to see her, but you'll get to hear her.
Okay. When I'm feeling down, what helps is if I stop trying not to fix it.
Yeah.
If I just accept it the way it is. So basically the example I was going to give you was that when you buy a new house and then when you want to redecorate it, there are two ways of doing it. Some people can just, put the wallpaper on, paint it, and then it will look quite nice. The other way of doing it is taking all the plaster off, getting all the imperfections sorted, put the new plaster on, then paint it. It'll still look the same, but it won't be the same. You would have dealt with the
Everything
that's underneath as well, which is much more messier process.
Yes, it's more thorough.
Yeah, it's more thorough though. So same way, happiness is, I think, is a bit overrated, and we're chasing happiness a bit too much. If somebody is happy naturally, that's fine. But life has much more to offer than just happiness. Happiness is one emotion. There are a lot more emotions as well that can take you deeper, like anger or feeling sad. When these are, I look at them as just indicators. They're trying to tell you something. There lies a lot of growth in other emotions, whereas in happiness it's just some experience. If I listen to my emotions, that may take me like really down into some dark space, but then from there I come out with some sort of creativity. Like, for example, I will write something that will teach me something and that will show me that why I was hurting, or I always come up with something more positive or something, as a better person, or something with a little bit more growth.
Okay.
Yeah. So we talking about happiness. Happiness, I think that there are quite a few things. I think if you start, first of all, I think if you have a balanced personality, it's very important, to develop a balanced personality. So for this, there are a lot of things count, like what sort of parenthood you got, what sort of schooling you got, and what sort of job you got. So if you got proper personality developed and you're self-sufficient and you don't have to depend on anybody, these are the main things. And then in personality, the other things as well, like you have to have a social circle of good friends and relatives, and then you should have some hobbies, constructive hobbies, like maybe gardening, some sort of sport, some sort of social circle. So all these things are very important. And if your personality is lopsided, then you probably do things, which you shouldn't do.
Do you think the Indian culture encourages women to have hobbies and do things?
In Indian culture, yes, it depends, from person to person, I think. I think we have to go on.
Okay.
Maybe some Indian families, they keep women sort of, they don't let them have the opportunities to develop themselves and, to socialize and get out and socialize.
So do you think men are better off in that sense?
Yeah, men got more opportunities to go out and like, I think in Indian culture, the boys are allowed to go out, but the girls are not allowed to go out, and that eventually that contributes towards their personality development. If you're housebound and now the things are changing. Now the girls and boys, the parents give them equal opportunities, and now the girls are, I think, ahead of boys at this moment. In education, you get reports that girls getting better results than boys. So,
is that good?
Yeah, I think it's good. Because they say if you teach a girl to you sort of teach a family, because girl will have a family, and then she'll look after the family, she'll contribute towards their development, her kids' development. And if you teach a girl, you teach a family, right? If you teach a boy, it's just one boy you're teaching.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're naturally happy, maybe you don't have any wounds, but that's not the case with me. That's why I was saying my advice is not for everyone. It's only for people who just can't help overthinking, who can't help being anxious, who can't help thinking negative. They should not be made to feel bad that negative thinking is very bad and you need to focus on positive thoughts. I can't forcefully focus on positive thoughts. I have to go into the depth of my negative thoughts. I have to see what they have to tell me.
So you're a student.
I'm
studying
studying my thoughts, my emotions. I'm just listening to my inner calling. I used to think that maybe I'm going to have a heart attack or something. But I have, the thing is, for me, happiness is not very important, but hope is. Sometimes you're happy, but you're not very hopeful. Even when I'm sad, even when I'm depressed, and I never see my hope going. I always know that this is taking me to a better place. So I think,
I suppose there's a difference between superficial happiness because you are drinking or watching football.
Yeah, it's like I call them distractions. You can distract yourself from your unhappy thoughts, or you can distract yourself from that temporarily. But I don't want a temporary fix. I don't want a wallpaper. I want to plaster everything, get it done properly. This advice is not for everyone because it's like playing with fire. Not everyone would know how to come out of it. But some people who do know, I think they should try it.
Great.
Cheers again.
Thank you.
Next time you can see my face as well.
So we're in Brentford. Brentford?
Brantford.
Okay. It's okay. And that's in Ontario, Canada. And I've got my two nieces, and they're going to tell us all about what makes them happy. Who wants to go first? Okay. What makes you happy? Oh, you're over here.
What makes me happy is I got the wonderful life, the best family, right? And got this big house to live in, and yeah, basically.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Is that the same things that make you happy?
Well, what makes me happy is my family. Yeah, my family. Everybody supports me.
Yeah?
It helps me when I need help.
Yeah. It's a bit confusing because when I look in here, you're on that side and you're on that side.
Yeah.
Okay. So cool. What things do you do that make you happy?
Stay with my family, play around with my brothers, go out and
Do all
go
these...
shopping and stuff.
Okay. So it makes you happy to do different things with your family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me play sports, go out with my family, just do some stuff that I want to do, and just read books, write stories sometimes, and yeah.
Okay. So do you think when you get older, you will still be happy people?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't think that your happiness might get less when you get
Yeah,
older?
it might. There's a chance. Yeah, it might.
What do you think you can do about that?
Maybe you can find a way how to make it go away.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay.
You can think of bad times when you
Or
have fun.
So or if you're sad, you do something so if you're inside, just go outside, just take deep breaths, go for a walk.
Okay. Do you get sad sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually go outside or go in or corner
Okay.
or something.
I usually just think of the good times that we had together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just take big breaths.
Okay.
Or I usually just sit in a corner, think about it, and I'm why did that happen to me? And then I get relaxed, and then
Okay.
I'm ready
That
to
sounds
come out.
like a good strategy.
Yeah.
Okay. So you both notice what makes you happy when you're sad, so that then you can try and do those things
Mhm.
to make you happy again every time you're feeling sad. Oh, that sounds like a good strategy. Okay, cool. Hang on, where's the camera? Over there. Okay. I'm looking in the wrong direction. I'll do that again. And I'll look over there. Yeah? That'd be better. Oh, this is still
It's like making a film, isn't it? They have to take many shots.
Well, I'm going to flip it as well. Sometimes you can flip it. How do you flip it?
Flip it, make it go the other way.
Go the other way.
I think not once you've started it.
You've got to stop